Hello everyone, in this video there is a proverb in Vietnamese about moderation, anger and wisdom. No mất ngon, giận mất khôn. The Vietnamese proverbs are often brief, poetic and deeply philosophical. They are not just phrases handed down from generation to generation. They are practical truths drawn from centuries of observation about human and nature in life. One such proverb, simple in form yet profound inside, is quote, no mất ngon, giận mất khôn, mean when food loses its taste, when angry, wisdom disappears. In short words, yet behind them lies a lifetime of learning, experience and reflection. This video will explore the literal meaning and the metaphorical depth and the timeless wisdom embedded in this powerful Vietnamese saying. Literal meaning, a basic human reality. At the first glance, this proverb is straightforward. No mất ngon translates to when you are full, food doesn't taste good anymore. This reflects a basic biological fact. Hunger enhances taste. When the most delicious food becomes unappealing once you are stuffed. Giận mất khôn means when you are angry, you lose your wisdom. Anger clouds judgment, weakens reason, and often causes people to say or do things they later regret. In this literal level, the proverb captures two very common experiences, but like most proverbs, it doesn't stop at describing. It wants, it teaches, and it urges self-awareness. The deeper metaphor, a mirror to human condition. Beyond its literal meaning, the proverb becomes a metaphor for inner balance between desire, emotion, and wisdom. First, when food loses its taste, the trap of excess. This line is not only about food, it's a metaphor for overindulgence in any form, material wealth, luxury, pleasure, or even love. When we have too much of something, we start to lose appreciation for it. The rich may stop appreciating the value of money. A pampered child may become indifferent to affection. A relationship can lose its spark if taken for granted. In every case, excess dulls the senses. This line reminds us to live in moderation, to keep our hearts a little hungry, not out of deprivation, but to preserve gratitude and appreciation. When angry, wisdom disappears. When emotion overthrows reason. Anger, like hunger, is a powerful human emotion. But while hunger reminds us of survival, anger often arises from hurt, ego, and unmet expectations. When it flares up, it tends to override reason, empathy, and self-control. A single word spoken in anger can ruin years of trust. An impulsive act in rage can lead to lifelong regret. Families, friendships, even nations have been torn apart because someone lost their mind in a fit of rage. This part of proverb is not a condemnation of anger itself. Anger is natural, but a warning: do not let it lead your decisions. Wisdom is not the absence of anger, but the ability to see it and hold it without acting blindly. A philosophy of self-control and awareness. This simple proverb encapsulates a deep philosophy shared across many traditions: moderation in desire and mindfulness in emotion. First, moderation, the root of joy. In life, too much of anything, even good things, can turn against us. Too much food spoils appetite. Too much pleasure numbs joy. Too much success can breed pride and loneliness. By saying no mất ngon, the proverb invites us to live with balance, to leave room for desire, for longing, and for gratitude. When we pause before getting full, we allow ourselves to keep savoring life. This mirrors the ancient wisdom of thinkers like Lao Tzu, who say, "He who knows enough is enough, will always have enough." Mindfulness, the antidote to anger, giận mất khôn, teaches us that self-awareness is key to wisdom. It's not about never getting angry, but recognizing anger before it controls us. When we observe anger, we buy ourselves a few seconds to choose silence over shouting. When we pause, we give space for understanding to enter. When we wait, even strong storm can pass without destruction. Modern psychology supports this. Emotional regulation is at the core of healthy relationships and sound decision making. Anger is a storm. Wisdom is the eye of the storm, calm, center, and clear. Lessons for modern life. Though born centuries ago, this proverb speaks directly to the struggles of modern life. In the family, the power of restraint. Many broken homes aren't a result of great tragedies, but a small moments of unguarded anger, a sharp word, a slammed door, or a cold silence, often caused by reacting rather than reflecting. If couples, parents, and children could remember giận mất khôn, they might avoid long-lasting scars. Likewise, no mất ngon applies to emotional indulgence. Love must not be taken for granted. When we smother those we love or get too comfortable, relationships lose its flavor. Just like food, love needs space to breathe. At work, emotions and judgment. In the workplace, decisions made in anger or greed often lead to failure. A boss who yells when stressed loses respect. A colleague who hoards recognition builds resentment. An entrepreneur who chases only profit loses passion. No mất ngon reminds us to burn out in our chase for success. That satisfaction lies in sustainable effort, not endless achievement. Giận mất khôn reminds us to lead to clarity, not emotion. In society, the need for balance. In a world of instant gratification and digital outrage, this proverb is more relevant than ever. Social media encourages indulgence of attention, praise, and outrage. News and politics stir constant anger and polarization. Consumerism pushes us to constant want more, leaving us full but unsatisfied. By returning to the wisdom of this proverb, we reminded to slow down, to listen before we speak, to reflect before we react, and to step back before we overreact, or to step back before we overreach. A psychological insight, emotional intelligence. This proverb also aligns with what modern psychology calls emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our emotions. Self-awareness, knowing when we are full or angry. Self-regulation, not letting those emotions control our actions. Empathy, understand how our reactions affect others. The proverb teaches that wisdom isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing when to stop, when to speak, when to remain silent, and when to walk away. A spiritual perspective, peace begins within. Many spiritual traditions echo this proverb. Buddhism teaches mindfulness and moderation. Desire and anger are two of the three poisons of the mind. Christianity teaches temperance and forgiveness. Be slow to anger, abounding in love. Stoic philosophy teaches that our peace does not depend on external things, but on our response to them. When we are full of hungry, calm, or angry, the center of peace must be inside us. Conclusion, a lifelong practice. No mất ngon, giận mất khôn is not just a proverb. It is a life compass, a soft, quiet voice that speaks in moments of temptation, indulgence, or rage. It reminds us to pause before taking another bite, whether of food, success, or comfort, to breathe before speaking out of anger, to honor the delicate balance between desire and wisdom, between emotion and restraint. In its simplicity lies its power, and its brevity lies its depth. To live wealth is to live with taste, not excess. To live wisely is to feel deeply, but act with clarity. If we can remember this, not just in words, but in practice, we may find that life becomes more flavorful, more peaceful, and more meaningful. Let the stomach be satisfied, not overloaded. The heart be open, but not reckless. Let the mind be sharp, even in storms. And let us walk in life with the wisdom to know when full we must not forget the taste. When angry we must not forget who we are. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy this video. Please click like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.